A calf muscle in the warm-up before kick-off.
So there are serious problems still for Nicky Walker. Patched up here before the match to play because Hearts don't have anyone in reserve who can go and goal. Still a major concern to the player himself and to his teammates. Well, he looks to be severely handicapped, and I think there may be some reconsideration of the decision to play him. Well, a shake of the head from the distraught Hearts goalkeeper suggests he can't possibly perform. So there's the answer from the Hearts camp. Ian Baird is going in goal. A view of the new Richard Donald stand, which is nearing completion, and we're ready for the start of next season. It won't be in use if the Scotland v Estonia World Cup qualifier is played here, but these seats will surely be filled to capacity. Our young international players Stephen Wright and Ian Jess are still missing from the Aberdeen ranks. Lee Richardson is injured too, and Paul Kane is suspended. Jim Bett is on the bench in the first team picture for the first time since the cup win against Hamilton Accies in January, but fellow international Robert Connor is not in the 13. Duncan Shearer was named in Andy Roxburgh's squad of 31 for Portugal in 10 days' time, and this afternoon he needs just one goal to beat Frank McDougall's record of 24 in a Premier League season for Aberdeen. Hearts are still without Alan McLaren, who damaged an ankle against Dundee last week. John Miller is suspended after being ordered off against Rangers in midweek, so Neil Berry moves into midfield, and Graham Hogg comes in as a central defensive marker. And there's obviously great anxiety about the goalkeeping position. Nicky Walker pulled that calf muscle in the warm-up before the match, so Ian Baird is in goal, and Ian Ferguson has gone into his place in attack. And the referee this afternoon had to consult League Rule 29 to confirm the position of a replacement in goal was David Syme from Rutherglen. So Hearts starting the match in these very sunny overhead conditions, but Aberdeen will be anxious to test goalkeeper Ian Baird as early as possible. The Hearts defence will be charged with a task, I've no doubt, of keeping the play away from Baird, who didn't even have the chance to warm up in goal. And there's confirmation of the fact that Hearts have been allowed a second substitute. Here comes McLeish. Now Gary Smith. Shearer to Aiken. That's Mason, turning well. And well blocked by Baird, the first real test for the keeper. Well, that'll do his confidence a world of good. Well, this really was a quality move from Aberdeen. Gary Smith to Duncan Shearer, then Roy Aiken. McKinley expecting Mason to go on the outside. Deceived there by the turn. Paatelainen forward. 10 Cats, back heeler goes astray, but Paatelainen wins it back for Book. A chance now for Aberdeen. That was deflected off Hogg. Well, Shearer was in a position to receive a pass, but Booth was determined to test Ian Baird. Well, an opportunity lost, I think, for Aberdeen this. Paatelainen doing good work winning it from Berry, releasing Scott Booth. He's looking around him, trying to decide where to play the ball, and Hogg did just enough to take a sting out of it. Ian Ferguson's head flick. McLeish doing extremely well against Robertson. Here's Paatelainen. And now Irvin. Flag is up for offside against Scott Booth, but the referee has acknowledged that. Allowed play to continue. Well, it's like a controversial decision in any event. Here's Robertson. That's a good ball in. And no one there supporting closely enough for Hearts. The ball has been carried out for a corner by Mason. It really was a splendid ball played in early by John Robertson. That's Shearer. 10 Cat. Good running by Booth. McKinley trying to get there in time. He does so with a very well timed tackle. Here's Booth getting the better of McKinley. That's a great goal from Shearer. It's the record-breaking goal for Duncan Shearer, number 25 of the season. And it left Ian Baird without a chance. Well, even Nicky Walker would have had a great deal of trouble with this. A beautifully delivered cross by Booth, taken superbly by Shearer. And that would have beaten most goalkeepers, there's no doubt about that. Booth getting away from McKinley. Shearer getting across his defender, that's his trademark. Well, no joy at all for Ian Baird, but he can be perfectly content that that's the quality of goal which would have beaten top-class keepers. So Frank McDougall's long-standing record for Aberdeen is broken by Duncan Shearer. Well, he's been very calm about that before the match, Shearer. He didn't think it was anything particularly special to get 25, but I'm certain that Willie Miller, his manager, will be delighted with that return from the investment of £550,000 from Blackburn Rovers last summer. Very good cross, good punch by Baird. This is McKimmie towards Duncan Shearer, and it was well won by Hogg inside the 6-yard box. The Hearts breaking here with Mackay. Good running by Bannon. Promising this for Hearts. Derek Ferguson has to turn back to gather the ball. Good running by McKinley. Holding off Booth. Won by McLeish inside the area. And this is McKimmie. Shearer with Berry. The Hearts man wins it. This is Mackay. Now Van de Ven. And Bannon. Berry retrieving his own error. That's Bartolainen playing it back. In goes McKimmie, linking with Tenkat. Promising again for Aberdeen. Bartolainen is onside. The ball is in the net. And Aberdeen are 2 in front. Well, an occasion where Ian Baird looked somewhat bemused by it all. There's the ball going through. Patalainen shot, not with a lot of power, but lots of accuracy. Hearts were looking for offside there against Patalainen. And he collects his 17th goal of the season after 40 minutes on the match. Push in the back, they're giving the free kick to Hearts. Has to be brought back though a few yards. Levine overshooting Ian Ferguson. It's the last free kick. An eventful first half. Well, all the drama surrounded the departure of Nicky Walker and the arrival of Ian Baird and the Hearts goal. But then Aberdeen took a long time to warm to the task. And Hearts were battling extremely effectively until that moment in 36 minutes when Duncan Shearer produced one of those classic Shearer goals, going across the defender to score from Booth's cross. And 4 minutes later, it was Patalainen who cashed in on Stuart McKimmie's break and pass, and that makes the match look very comfortable for Aberdeen. At half-time, it's Aberdeen 2, Hearts 0. Aberdeen now playing against the breeze here at Pittodrie. I think that might suit them better. It certainly will cause different problems for the Hearts replacement goalkeeper Ian Baird. Certainly coped pretty well by and large in the first half. Might be a little bit concerned about the second goal, but had no chance with the first. Levine's header goes straight to Tenkat. Derek Ferguson closed down rapidly by Aiken. This is McKimmie. Well challenged by Berry. Tenkat towards Aiken. McKimmie was there with the challenge. This is McKimmie. Now Booth. Change of pace takes him to the byline. Punched away by Baird, taking no chances. There's Tenkat again. In comes Booth. Well, it ricocheted off the back of the head of Ian Baird for the corner. It was played in there by Tenkat. And when it was played across swiftly here by Scott Booth, who made a very good run to the byline. Now 10 Cat. Assessing the options ahead, using Patalainen on the left. Bannon's back helping, but Patalainen is strong enough. That's very good goalkeeping by Baird. Warmly applauded by supporters of both sides. There's a strength of Patalainen, not only skillful but very powerful, and that ball across could have been dangerous until Baird intercepted. Jordan looks on pensively. Well, it's a quiet phase in the match, this, and it could be transformed by a goal at either end. One for Hearts, of course, would put the match back in the melting pot. For Aberdeen, would surely set them up for a grandstand finish without any worries about losing the match. But here they come now with Booth. 10 Cat on the outside, still Booth, going all the way himself. Well, clearly anxious to test Ian Baird. Well, he clearly believes there's an opportunity here to find the net. He's done so 16 times this season already. And here he goes again as 10 Cat gets in there ahead of Derek Ferguson. And Booth now the chance to make this run with 10 Cat on the right through the middle of Shearer and Patalainen. And the shot just wide of the post. Peter van de Ven is limping off here to make way for the 19-year-old from Salvesen Boys Club, Tommy Harrison. Well, he thought he was here to watch the match entirely, but was called onto the subs bench when Nicky Walker was pulled out before the kick-off. Here's Patalainen, and now Aiken, and McKimmie to his right. Both playing it across area, looking at Patalainen. And the header came from Paul Mason. A smile on the face of the Englishman as he powers home only his 4th goal of the season. Attention drawn to Patalainen, and Ian Baird can do nothing about that. Well, it was a very good cross, this, from Scott Booth with his left foot. And Ian Baird caught it all in no man's land, and the header came past him powerfully from Mason. So that goal coming 13 minutes of the second half. And from this point on, Hearts have a major struggle to hang on. Good control again from Derek Ferguson. There's Tosh McKinley. Ferguson's away from Irvine. Back from Bannon to Robertson. And a very good tackle there by Roy Aiken on Robertson in the act of shooting at the expense of a corner kick. Hogg was there, a chance is on. Scrambled away at the post by Paul Mason. I think McLeish gesticulating to his teammates there. Well, it looked almost inevitable the ball would find the net. Here's McKinley, away from Booth. In goes Levine. Well, in between two defenders, Craig Levine, that was a chance all right. Well, he's frustrated. It was a chance all right. But from this corner kick from Eamon Bannon, there were a number of chances created, a ball breaking there. It was Graham Hawke who drilled it on, and it came off the post and off the head of Paul Mason. Patalainen, space for Booth on the right. Chance to run at Tosh McKinley. Has to be very careful now. McKimmie making that run. Derek Ferguson doing the defensive duties. Aberdeen have it back with McKimmie. That's Shearer. Well, determined play again from Aberdeen. McKimmie in particular, and Shearer was brave with that challenge in the box. Here was Stuart McKimmie on his left foot, sending over the cross, and Shearer getting between two defenders to get his head to the ball. Certainly Duncan Shearer was under a lot of pressure here when this ball came in from McKimmie. Wasn't at all easy. McLeish stirs those 34-year-old legs to turn it away. Here's Bannon. And Scott Booth doing well. Back tracking on Tosh McKinley. Heading that away for the corner. Well, not content to be involved only in the glamorous jobs, attacking. He's willing to do his share of backtracking. And Craig Levine goes in with a header. A fine goal for Hearts. It came from Derek Ferguson's corner. Well, Levine served notice a few moments ago of his menace in the air, and this is an excellent piece of attacking play, getting there ahead of Snelders. He ran off Mixu Patalainen for the header. And what a good goal that was from Levine, his 4th of the season. And Snelders perhaps struggling there against John Robertson as the ball was in the air. Well, that may give Hearts a little bit of encouragement. Certainly means that another goal quickly would give us a very tight match. Now Derek Ferguson. Oh, that's for Harrison, a great pass. Still Harrison. Now Robertson. And in steps Gary Smith. Snelders keeps the ball in play, does he? Not quite. Well, Tommy Harrison had a little bit of a chance there at the edge of the penalty area. Didn't take the responsibility of testing Theo Snelders. McKimmie, Irvin. Graham Hogg's clearance goes straight to 10 Cat. There's Bannon. Now Ferguson. Bannon. Here's Ian Ferguson with a chance. And Hart are right back in the match now. Superb finish by Ian Ferguson. And the inquest goes on among the Aberdeen defenders. What a good ball this was. Played straight in there to Ian Ferguson on the run. One touch to control it, one to finish it. And there's only one goal separating the sides now. It was Bannon's pass. A perfect one for Ian Ferguson. And how well he took that. Well, 68 minutes of the match gone, and suddenly the game has taken on a new complexion. Aiken was balked there, I think, and the ball was in the air. And the referee is going to take some action here about the state of Ian Ferguson. That's what's concerning him. So much blood on the face, and that's why he's been waved away there to get some treatment. Cleaning up operation here for Ferguson. There's Bannon. Robertson. Well, he took that extra touch to get away from McLeish, but then couldn't get power in the shot. Well, Bannon with a very accurate header set up this opportunity for Robertson. There's that extra touch. Irvin sends it long. There's Roddy. Stopped by Harrison. Oh, Harrison, or Bannon rather, gives it away again. Roddy's pass finds Booth offside, it won't count. It was deadly finishing, all right, just as you would expect from Scott Booth, but it won't count. George Simpson's flag. Well, there was Booth finishing in deadly fashion, but the flag had already gone up long before that. Well, you have to hand it to Hearts for their courage and determination when they had serious problems created by the injury to Nicky Walker early. And here a chance for Gary Mackay. And a dreadful misunderstanding in defence. Gary Smith and Theo Snelders exchanging angry words there. Well, Smith left that bouncing ball to his goalkeeper who wasn't ready for it, and Gary Mackay could so easily have scored. Well, what a let-off this is for Aberdeen. Smith leaving it, Snelders stuck in his line. And Gary Mackay's header goes wide. He's taken a very heavy knock at the same time. Well, that would have been worth it to Gary Mackay had the ball finished in the net, but having missed the target, then taken the full force of Theo Snelders, Title will be a little bit disappointed. Hearts looking to cash in. In goes Bannon. Well, he's very good in the area, Eamon Bannon. Scored that fine goal against Rangers in midweek from a right wing cross. Well, this could have been the equaliser. Vin Snowden's high, far-flung cross, and Bannon coming in across Gary Smith. All the seasons this afternoon here at Pittodrie. Foul throw against Gary Smith. And a battle off the ball there involving Patalainen and Mackay has left Mackay on the ground. The referee's now spotted that. Well, there was a little bit of niggle and unpleasantness there, and Mackay caught a flailing arm from Patalainen in the midst of all that, but Hearts winning on with the game. Throw to Hearts this time. The referee's checking his watch. There can't be much time to add on now. We've had a couple of minutes. And indeed, there is no more. Aberdeen have held on right to the end. But what at one stage looked to be something of a comfortable stroll turned out to be a very difficult ending to the match. And Hearts deserve immense credit for the way in which they made Aberdeen battle all the way. They fought right to the end, Hearts, after getting these 2 goals in 3 minutes from Craig Levine and from Ian Ferguson. And Ian Baird turned out to be something of a hero in goal for Hearts. But perhaps it was the unsettling effect of losing Nicky Walker which made Hearts start so shakily. But in the end, it's Aberdeen who got the points, and Hearts have another setback in the European Challenge. It's Aberdeen 3, Hearts 2.
Ian, tell us about the events in the dressing room which led to you playing in goal.
Well, unfortunately for us, Nicky Walker went down with an injury just before the game. We thought maybe he could start the game, but once he came out, everybody realised that he couldn't. And the manager asked anybody who'd ever played in goal before, and I offered my services.
And when did you play in goal before?
I think it was about, must be 9 years ago now, when I was at Leeds. And I played the last 20 minutes when our goalkeeper got injured then.
Did you lose any goals on that occasion?
I didn't, no.
Did you not fancy playing outfield today or something?
Yeah, well, some people say goalie's my best position. It was just one of those unfortunate situations. It was forced upon us. Unfortunate enough, we didn't get anything out of the game, so it didn't really work. How
did you find it early on when the pressure came on and these 2 goals went past you before half-time? Did you think you might have done anything about them?
No, I don't know. I relinquish all blame for the goals.
Oh, yeah, that's fair, actually, yes. I think we could establish that. Your first save came from Paul Mason after about half an hour.
Yeah.
Did that make you feel a bit better?
It did, yeah. I mean, obviously I sort of really had a save to make for half an hour. And once the first one came, I felt a little bit more at ease. But it was a very nerve-wracking experience.
Is there a feeling in the dressing room that you might have got something from the game?
Oh yeah, we feel we deserve something out of the game. 1 or 2 decisions went against us. For the last half an hour, I thought we were far and away the better side. But we've got another game against Aberdeen, and we'll be looking forward to that.
And again midweek, I think, at Motherwell too.
Yeah, very important game for us, obviously, with the UEFA place to play for. So, all guns blazing for that.
I take it you'll be happy to play up front this time.
If I can get my place back in the side, yeah.
Well done this afternoon.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Cheers.
Willie, you took some time in that dressing room. Does that suggest you weren't too happy with the closing half hour?
Yeah, well, we let ourselves down in the closing half hour, really. We're 3-0 up and cruising, and really playing a lot of good stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, be able to get 1 or 2 of the injured players on, particularly Jim Bett, hoping to get him on for half an hour, and really looking to maybe add to that lead. But, we lose 2 daft goals and end up scraping right to the end.
Technically the league is still alive, but I take it you would really write that off now in the circumstances. For the Cup, you've got a final coming up in a few weeks' time. What about the build-up to that now? I think you're going away for a few days' break, is that right?
Yeah, we go away on the Wednesday after the Partick Thistle game. We've got 5 days, do a wee bit of training, a wee bit of sun, and we're back. It's been a long season, a lot of games, and maybe towards the end that was showing a wee bit as well. Also, we've had a lot of players out injured, so we'll give them a wee chance to do a bit of training over there and get themselves ready for a big push in what is 5 games in May before the Scottish Cup final. and it's really down to them to prove that they're good enough to play in that game. That's a big one. That's the one they're all looking forward to. And if I get all my injured players back, then I've got a big headache.
Nice problem to have.
Oh, it's nice, yeah. I'd rather have that headache than not having them available.
We'll look forward to that final. Thanks very much, Willie. So in the end we got a good competitive match. 3-2 it finished, the result in doubt until near the end. But Derek, we obviously have to look at the issue of Nicky Walker's injury. Now, is there a case perhaps for adopting the English Premier system of teams carrying substitute goalkeepers? Because that could have completely spoiled today's match.
Well, I would love to see that, Dougie, but I think there's a lot of clubs that can't afford to take another goalkeeper away with them all the time. I think every time when I was at Rangers, we went up to Aberdeen, we always took a young lad, a young goalkeeper, just in case something happened overnight to the
So not the
goalkeeper.
reserve keeper, he's playing in the reserve
He's obviously
match.
got reserve games to play, but you took a young lad up just in case, and you'd rather see a young lad who is a goalkeeper rather than a striker going goals, although Ian Baird did very well, it has to be said.
He did. But it is 100-to-1 chance that your
Yeah.
keeper will go down with, I don't know, a tummy upset before the game or an injury such as Nicky
That's why you
Walker's.
take a youngster with you, just in case. I mean, he can always help out with the bags and the boots anyway, and if he has to play, he plays.
Yeah, I mean that could have been a farce today, and one has to feel sorry for Hearts because there's a great deal at stake for them, obviously, because they're looking for the UEFA Cup place. Were they, do you think, harshly treated over the piece?
Well, 50-50, I think, having watched. I think Scott Booth here, there was a touch, it was shoulder to shoulder here. I think Tosh McKinley would be disappointed. Look, he just tries to get in front of Scott Booth, but his strength there just nudges Tosh out the road and he turns him, and that leads to the goal. Sometimes you may have got a foul against you there, but such a strong player, Scott Booth. And here's on the other one, we're coming up here, that's another one. Was Patalainen climbing on Hogg's back there? It was a great header, you can't fault the header. Mason's at the back post, unmarked, a good goal. But look, when it comes up, look, both hands on the shoulder. Would Hogg have got to that had the hands not been there? You know, it's referees sometimes were given a foul for that.
I've seen both of those given, so maybe Hearts have an argument.
This is the dodgy one, isn't it, really? I mean, we're talking about the last couple of minutes, now you're 3-2 down, brave Gary Mackay. Now, I'll say something to you, Dougie. If that happened on the halfway line, and he was challenged like that from an outfield player, it's certainly a foul and there would be a booking. So I don't see why the goalkeeper should get away with that. For me, I think that is a penalty kick.
Even though the ball has gone.
The ball has gone, but the goalkeeper has followed right through. He had absolutely no chance of getting the ball, and yet nothing happened. This is another incident that happened here, but I think it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Look, the two of them are pulling each other, trying to get inside each other's jerseys there, and eventually there's a little elbow hits Gary and he goes down. But I think the two of them are at it. It would have been unfair for anything to happen.
Yeah, but I can see Joe Jordan's point if he's annoyed at some of those decisions going the way they did.
Well, sometimes in the season it'll go for him. Today it went against him.